Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars universe seems to be quite expansive, not just with their new Star Wars books, novels, comics, and video games, but also, let's not forget about the new Star Wars TV shows, the new Star Wars movies that are currently in development by, of course, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, George Lucas, and other creators coming on board over at Lucasfilm to handle these new TV shows and films. We have a lot of things coming our way for the roadmap of the franchise that will be revealed at Celebration this year. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do post a couple of entertaining things from time to time and really make sure to interact with you guys further. So it's even all the more exciting right now is that, yes, a lot of things are happening at the same exact time. We have, of course, shows like the Ahsoka series, The Mandalorian Season 3, Star Wars Andor, The Bad Batch Season 2, the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series. I mean, there's a lot of things coming our way for this year and for 2023. And I've said this many times before, is that this year and next year are going to be by far the most important years by Disney to really prove to the fans that Star Wars is back in action and is moving in a more positive direction. You know, I know that the Book of Boba Fett had a little bit of a rough start because of how mixed the reactions really were, and how some of the episodes completely shied away from Boba Fett and focused more on characters like Luke and the Mandalorian, kind of showing that, you know, fans were more interested in those characters at the time. But I digress. What's even all the more exciting is exactly what Disney CEO Bob Chapek has planned for future Star Wars films, and exactly what is actually in the pipeline for the overall Star Wars universe that's going to be touched on over at Celebration that's going to be happening this May. So, specifically, of course, with Disney CEO Bob Chapek now getting ready to make some big announcements at Star Wars Celebration, both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are also getting ready to begin work on many of their new Star Wars shows that will also be unveiled at the event. Now, further, it's noted, however, that one major project is moving along smoothly, and that is, of course, the fourth Star Wars trilogy of films that is set to take place before the High Republic era. Now, the new trilogy is best described to be announced in the very near future that will include actor Keanu Reeves and Jennifer Connelly as the Sith Prince and Princess of Exegol that will actually tie directly into the new Tales of the Unknown Regions and the Forbidden Region of the Galaxy. So, one thing about the new trilogy of movies is that it's going to incorporate a brand new region of the galaxy. We touched on this lightly a couple of months ago that the Forbidden Region is basically going to be a brand new region just next to the Unknown Regions. And it's something to do with the fact of how they want to create more stories that actually kind of take place in a different portion of the galaxy that we have yet to have seen, either in Legends or in the current canon material. Now, specifically, we already know that, you know, Bob Chapek has been very much, you know, focused on announcing all of these great new projects either at Star Wars Celebration or during the fall of this year that's going to unveil all of these new Star Wars, you know, projects, all these new Star Wars, you know, TV shows and movies that's really going to bring everything together. So, moving past all of this, all right? So, on top of that, the new films, of course, are also going to feature and are described to have tons of books and comics that will have arrive before the films even drop in order for fans to get familiar with the Sith royal family. This is said to be a dark side story for the first time, showcasing a trilogy about a dark side family and the tragedies that come with it all. The new trilogy is set to also dive further into the origin of the Jedi and the Jedi Order, as well as exactly how the Sith really began. Lucasfilm will be approaching this through the use of flashbacks, as they want to bring back the flashback format into the form of movies once again, as they did in The Last Jedi and Episode 9. Now, actor Keanu Reeves has been in the talks to portray King Valar for a very long time now, and Jennifer Connelly is said to be very excited to begin working on the new trilogy as one of the big villains in the Star Wars world. Now, this trilogy is best described to be even darker than the old Republic stories, and that Lucasfilm is aiming to make these stories very brutal, dark, and gritty in nature for the audience to witness dark side stories for the Star Wars universe at heart. Now, King Valar is actually said to wield a curved lightsaber blade in this new trilogy that will make his character just as unique as both Darth Maul and Kylo Ren from their own trilogies. So once again, they're using specific techniques to make this trilogy very unique, especially with the lead character having a curved lightsaber blade. Now, does that seem a little ridiculous to some fans? It might, because when you think about it, how in the world can a lightsaber be curved? Well, they have their ways, right? Star Wars has their ways of doing things like this. And it's all going to be explained most likely in the forms of books, and how the kyber crystal is placed within the lightsaber hilt. Everything usually gets an explanation at some point in time in either canon books or canon comics. Now, when you look at everything related to, Kylo Ren's saber, and how that was actually a crossguard, that too was explained in the visual dictionary of The Force Awakens. So, like I say, everything eventually gets explained. So a curved lightsaber blade, it's not too outlandish, so to speak, but it is something different, and it is going to be something new, and it is going to be inspired from the samurai. So, on top of this, what's even all the more intriguing is that the new series of films will also feature new Sith worlds that will be explored to tell new tales of the Sith to the entire audience. Bob Chapek is also making sure that these movies will feature not just top-tier actors, but also experienced writers and creators to really make the films top-notch, and that the entirety of the story is all pre-planned right from the beginning, unlike the Star Wars sequel trilogy movies. Now, it's further described that even this new trilogy will also dive deeper into the origin of the name Skywalker, even though it will not be a part of the Skywalker saga. It will still hold some light connections to the Skywalker saga by exploring the true meaning and origin of the famous name that was given to Shmi, Anakin, and Luke. Now, this is something that George Lucas will be handling on a creative level for the Star Wars trilogy of movies, where this is something that Lucas is going to handle very carefully, as he is aware of how easily things can go wrong by exploring the origin of the Skywalker lineage name. So, once again, we obviously know that Disney, for the time being, they are totally settled on the Star Wars TV shows. But this, of course, specifically is a new trilogy that Bob Chapek really wants to make sure can be done correctly. Now, some fans out there are going to roll their eyes over about this. I'm fully aware about that, because it's not the Old Republic, it's not anything else that they are familiar with. This is going to be something completely new. Just how the High Republic is new, this new era is going to be pretty much something of its own. It's going to take place in between the Old Republic and the High Republic era. So it's going to kind of have that own angle, that own tone or theme to it all, that's going to be its own type of Star Wars universe. So, like I say, I think that, Bob Chapek knows what he's doing, given that he wants to take a lot of the older ideas from George Lucas and kind of mixing it in with the new. They are going to be exploring the Old Republic, by the way, in the form of a TV show for 2025, so at least we're getting that. But as far as theatrical releases, we are going to be getting something completely new that we have never seen before in either Legends or in the current Disney canon. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No hiding from night to moon.